In the year 1764, I remember Duduwa before it learned how to lie, before fear memorized our footpaths, before friends learned the weight of a human life. My name is Chuchu, and this story lives on my skin. In 1764, I was a young man, strong in the arms, soft in belief. My mother, Naka, used to say, a man's name was his first protection. She spoke it slowly, as if shaping it with her mouth could keep me safe. My younger sister, Abeni, followed me everywhere, convinced that nothing bad could touch me if I was near. My closest friend was Zaga. Zaga and I grew up side by side. Same age, same scars from boyhood wrestling, same dreams of being known as good men. We shared palm wine, jokes, hunger, and silence. If loyalty had a face, I thought it looked like his. Another man moved among us then, Izaduru, one of the village elders. His voice was calm, his words measured. When he spoke, people nodded. He said trade was changing. He said white men had come with goods that could strengthen Duduwa. He said only fools resisted progress. No one noticed how often he met strangers by the river. The morning everything broke, Zaga came to me smiling. He said there was work near the river, easy work, carrying goods. He said Ezaduru had approved it. He said payment would be shared. Cloth for our mothers, iron tools for the farms. I asked no questions. Trust walks faster than doubt. The river sounded different that day. Not the soft language of water, but the harsh noise of men, shouting, arguing, counting. Canoes crowded the banks. Strange weapons caught the sun. I turned to Zaga. "What is this?" I asked. He did not answer. Hands seized me, strong hands that knew how to hold a struggling body. A blade burned across my shoulder, carving pain into memory. I screamed, and the river swallowed the sound. That was when I saw Zaga step back, not to help me, to make space. The scar came before the chains, a mark cut deep, meant to last longer than my name. I understood then. The betrayal had already happened long before the knife touched my skin. Zaga avoided my eyes. Eziduru stood nearby, counting bodies like yams at the market. I looked for mercy in his face and found none. We were marched from Duduwa to the river, from river to ship. Along the way, I saw people I knew. Some looked away. Some watched in silence. Silence was the loudest betrayal of all.
On the ship, language died first, then dignity followed. Darkness became our only country. Days blurred into hunger and salt.
I learned quickly that hope had to be quiet. The ship did not only carry us across water, it carried sickness. One night, during a violent storm, the sea rose like an angry spirit. The ship groaned, men shouted, chains were loosened in panic so the living could move the dying. That chaos saved my life. A man beside me, Baba Koka, older and already fading, pressed something into my hand. A broken nail, rusted thin. "Live," he whispered. While the guards fought the storm, I worked the nail into the iron around my ankle. Pain screamed through my body, but fear was louder. When the chain finally gave way, I did not run. I waited. When dawn came, the ship was lighter. Bodies had been thrown into the sea. The guards were careless with exhaustion. That night, as the ship slowed near unfamiliar land, I slipped over the side. The water was cold and endless. I swam without direction, without strength, only memory pushing my arms. I expected death. Instead, the shore found me. I woke buried in sand, coughing salt, my scar burning like fire. I hid in forest and fed on roots and stolen fruit. For days, I lived like an animal, frightened, quiet, alive. Freedom did not come at once. It came slowly, carefully, with scars. Years passed like wounds, that never healed properly. The land I escaped into was not home, but it was not a cage. I worked. I listened. I learned new names for survival, not because I was strongest, but because I remembered. I remembered Duduwa before lies. I remembered Naka's voice. I remembered Abeni's laughter. And I remembered Zaga, not with hatred, but with clarity. Memory became my resistance. When freedom finally became real, it felt quieter than I imagined. No drums, no celebration, just breath without permission. I had children who asked about the scar. I told them the truth. I told them chains do not always arrive from outside. Sometimes they are handed over by people who know your name. I told them to honor their people, but never worship them blindly. To question smiles that come with silence. Now I am old. My body bends, but the scar remains firm. When I touch it, I hear the river again. I see Zagas turned back. I see Ezuduru counting. If this story reaches you, remember Duduwa. Remember 1764. Do not be the one who opens the door for evil and calls it progress.